Hello, I'm going to show you how to create a fully functional website with WordPress. And now this tutorial applies if you have a web hosting or a WordPress hosting plan with us. Whatever hosting plan you have, this tutorial applies to you if you want to use it. And what we'll be doing is here you see we have two services, right? And we'll be doing this tutorial for this domain, kwikaweb.com. Now, in case your active product or service, in case it is not showing here, right, all you just need to do is you just have to click on the services. You click on services, and then when you click on it should show you all of your active services here, right? And then you can just click. So we said kwikaweb.com, we'll just click here, right? And then now we see login to Webuzo. So before I click on login to Webuzo, I can show you another way. So let me go to my dashboard, right? And then you can see my active product or service, right? And remember we said we are using kwikaweb.com. So I can just click on manage again from here, and then it takes me back to this page again. And now you see login to Webuzo. So I'll click on login to Webuzo. Okay. So let's say you just got your domain and web hosting plan from Kwikaweb, or you just got a web hosting plan and you've updated your name servers. The first thing you have to do is you have to ensure that your domain has propagated. So what we'll do to confirm that is we'll visit our domain. So I'll go to open link in new tab, and you can see it's showing me a default landing page. Congrats, time to start creating your website. This is proof that your hosting is live and powered by Kwikaweb. Now, this is what we have done on our end at Kwikaweb for our customers to know if their domain has propagated. And normally, like when you just purchase a web hosting plan, or when you just update your name server, or when you just purchase your domain, you have to give it around 3 to 72 hours for your domain to propagate. And it might happen like even sooner than that, but it would likely happen within that time frame. And if it doesn't, you just reach out to our support team and we will check out what is wrong. But like here for this tutorial, I see that I'm already getting Kwikaweb's default landing page letting me know that yes, my domain is live and my web hosting is powered by Kwikaweb. So I'll just close this, and then the next thing is back in my Webuzo control panel, I would scroll down to my SSL, because I also want to check, like I'll click on the automatic SSL. So I'll click on automatic SSL. You can see my SSL has not yet been installed. So sometimes normally the system automatically, like at the time it is provisioning your account, it will also try to automatically install your SSL certificate because it's automated. But if it has not propagated, then it would fail, and then you have to do it manually yourself. So since we are building a website, we want our website, we don't want to be having so if I go to this link, open link in new tab, you see this site is not secure. Depending on if you are using Chrome or whatever browser, some browsers would even automatically warn you before it even allows you to proceed to the site. So what we'll do is we'll install our SSL. So I'll click on the install button, and I'll click on OK, and then I'll click on the logs, and you can see it's adding my SSL certificate. So what I would now do now is I would wait until I see certificate saved successfully. So you just keep waiting. Okay, so you see okay, script finish execution. So we're just waiting for that for the certificate saved successfully note. So we can see certificate saved successfully. So what this means is that our SSL has been installed. So if I click on automatic SSL, right, you see it has been installed. It's showing the creation date. And then if I go here, all I just have to put now in front of my domain is I'll just put https, and that is the like how you know your SSL has been installed. So you visit this version of your website, https colon then slash slash, and you put in your domain name, and then I'll click enter. And then now you see that this icon has changed, and now it's showing connection secure. So now we know we have installed our SSL certificate. We'll go back to our Webuzo control panel and we click on home. Now before we proceed to the next step, I recommend that you use your computer or your laptop for this, because that is what I'm using, and that is how you'll be able to clearly see and work on your website, because we are going to work on editing a website and we want to create a fully functional website. So now that we've installed our SSL certificate, the next thing for us to do is we'll navigate to our application section, and then you see the WordPress manager, right? So we'll click on WordPress manager, and then we'll click on install. And then here, now we can perform a quick install, but I strongly advise that you do not. It's better to just perform like a manual install, like properly fill it out how you want it, right? It's better to do it that way, trust me. And then the next thing we'll have to do is we'll have to fill in all of this information, right? And I'll be explaining the information, like the process flow for you. I'll be explaining all of the process flow for you. So now the installation URL, this is where you want to install WordPress. So here, if you have multiple domains, like let's say I don't want to use quickertest.com, maybe I have like quickershop.com, that's what I want to use. When I click on this drop down, it would show the domains I have. Then I select the domain that I want to install WordPress. And what WordPress means by indirectory means that you can see, that means like when you want to install in a directory, you are saying that WordPress should not install at your main domain. So let's say I don't want to install this, I don't want to install WordPress in my main domain. I want to just install it like in a directory, like I want people to visit instead quickertest.com/app. That means WordPress would be installed at this link. So you should not expect that you put a directory and then you go to quickertest.com and you're thinking that you would see your WordPress installed. No, that means your WordPress is going to install at this directory. You must always put the /app. But for this tutorial, I'm not installing it in a directory. I want to install it in my main website. So I'll just leave that at default. You can leave the version of the website as, the version of WordPress, you can leave that as default. And then the next thing we'll have to do now is we have to put in our site name and our site description. Now for the site name and for the site description, right, the site name that I am going to use is going to be Quicker Test. And then the site description, your site description doesn't have to be necessarily long. Like you don't need to like put a very long site description. Your site description can always be very short and straight to the point. Like I don't even recommend that you put like maximum, don't put like just put like 8 to 12 maximum. Let it be within that, or you can put it anything lesser than that. Like my own, I'm just gonna put this as my site description. I'll leave this. You don't need to enable this, except you know what you are doing. You don't need to enable this. And then the admin. So one fun thing about WordPress is you can see that it has just set a default username, a default password, and a default email. Don't do that. You must set a unique, like let it be unique to you. So like in my username, we don't want people to, like, you are just giving access to hackers. Like everybody knows that, okay, if it is default by admin, why not, like the first thing they will first try is admin, and we don't want that. So instead I'll just put anu at kwikaweb.com, and then your password, you can use this to generate a password, but make sure that when you use this, click on the show so that you can see the password that was generated. So if I click on this, rather I must click on show to see the password that was generated. But you can also put in the password you want, which is what I'm going to do. So I'll hide this and I'll put in the password that I want. So I have done that. And then for the admin email, I'll put in my own admin email. So here I'll just put anu@kwikaweb.com. So sorry for the username, right? I'm not supposed to have done this. This is my email that I put. So for the username, I can just put anu2304. That can be my username, right? So that's unique to me. And then here, because I'm showing you that we are going to create a fully functional website, we are going to be using this plugin, page layer. You can see drag and drop website builder. So we are going to be using that. So I'll click on it. I'll click on this, and then SEO, we are going to be working with SEO. I'll click on this. We're going to be working with this limit login attempts. I'll click on it. I'll click on this speedy cache to improve our page speed. And then the backups is if you want to take backups of your website. So for this tutorial, I'm not going to be taking backups. I'm just showing you how to create a fully functional website. So if you want to have this installed, you can have this installed. If you want to, you can have that installed. And this tool is like, okay, if you want to send your WordPress email, like email from your WordPress site using your own preferred, like maybe you don't want to use your web server mail server, you want to use your own preferred mail server, you can use this, but I don't need it. I would prefer like the web server should just handle that, except you want to be doing that. And then the file manager is just to see your file manager in your WordPress installation. I don't need that, so I'll leave that. And then the next thing I will do now is I'll just click on install, and you can see checking the submitted data. So what it is trying to do now is trying to install, and you can see it has been installed successfully, and it's telling me this is my administrative URL. It's telling me this is that WordPress has been installed at this link. So if I click on this, you can see I'm still getting the default landing page, right? So the next thing now I have to do is I will go to my browser, I'll go to my settings, and then I'll search for cookies, and then I'll scroll down, I'll click on clear data, and you can leave all the rest. Just make sure you clear temporary cache files and pages. So I'll clear this. Now click on clear. Okay, so now that that has been cleared, I'll close this and I'll go back to my software colors, and then I'll click on this again, and now we should see our WordPress. So you can see hello, welcome to WordPress, and you can see like this is my site title, this is the description I put. So it like we've successfully installed WordPress. Now to create a fully functional website with WordPress, the next thing we'll have to do is we'll come over here, right? And then you see this administrative URL it is showing us. We'll just click on it. And now you have to follow the onboarding process because we want to create a fully functional website. So if you know what you are doing, you can just click no, but I want to follow the onboarding process because I'm showing you how to create a fully functional website. So I'll click on get started, and then it's asking us, how would you like to categorize your website? Do you want to categorize it as a business, e-commerce, photography, portfolio, health, sports, whatever you want to categorize it as? I'll just say, okay, maybe I want to categorize my website as a business website, and then I'll click on continue, and then it's asking me, okay, what's the title? I'll leave that, quicker test, that's okay. And it's asking again, what are you looking to achieve with your new site, so that we can install the appropriate plugins. See, since I have selected what I want, I'll leave this, right? I'll leave all of this. Except you want an e-commerce store, then you can click on the sell product, but I would leave all of this, right? And then I'll click on continue, and then now the next thing is choose a design. So right now it is trying to load the appropriate design for me. based on what I picked. But I'll just, like, from here you can just see the designs, and if you just click on this, right, when you click on it, you see that is showing you, and then you can click on demo to view the full version of the website, right? So here you can see it's showing you, okay, this is the full version of the website template, depending on, like, if this is what you want to use, right? So I'll close this. I'm trying to find the template that I want to use, so I'll go back, right, and let me click on all instead. Okay, or rather, let me see if I can just search for what I want. Let me search for, let me click on all, or let's check others. Let's search for webmarks. Let me check business. Trying to look for the template that I want to use. Okay, let's see this. Let's click on demo. Okay, let's click on blog, because you have to check every part of it. We'll click on read more. Okay, we can close the subscribe to newsletter. Let's click on the about. Okay, okay, so we'll check the services page. And then finally we'll check the contact page. Okay, looks okay. And then we'll go back to home, and then we'll check, is this mobile, like, is it responsive? Well, for me, I don't like the way the header is, so let's just even let's go out from here, right, come back here, and then we'll just click on go back. So let's even see this. Let's see the productive template, and let's click on demo. Okay, so it's going to check. Okay, and then let's check the blog. Okay, click on read more. Okay, and then we'll check the contact. Okay, I think I like this. I like the way this has been designed. Click on about. Okay, then click on service. Okay, so I like this. So what I now have to do is I like it on PC, as on your laptop also. So you have to check, is it also mobile responsive? Now what I'll now do is I'll go back to home, right? And then here you can just take your mobile phone and copy this URL, or like type this URL in your mobile device to be sure that it is responsive, or and like you can browse it on your mobile device, or you can just with your laptop right click and then click on inspect. And if you are using a Chrome browser, or depending on what browser, it's supposed to automatically show you a mobile version. If it doesn't, which in my own case it didn't, because I'm using Mozilla Firefox, what I'll just do is I'll click on this responsive design mode and I'll click on it, and now you can see we are looking at the like how it would look on mobile. So here is how it looks on mobile, which I think, with what I'm seeing, I think this is okay, because you know, like 70%, over 70% of your users might be using your mobile, like their would not even might will be using their mobile device. So you have to ensure that your um website is mobile friendly. So you can see the home page is mobile friendly. I'll click on this. Let me see the blog. Okay, I'll click on read more. Let me see how it looks. Okay, you can see the blog too is also mobile friendly. I'll click on this and then I'll click on contact. Okay, the contact page also looks good, mobile friendly. I'll click on the about page. Okay, the about page too is also mobile friendly. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, and then I'll click finally on the service page, and you can see the service page too is also mobile friendly. So it's very important for you to note that your website is also mobile friendly. And once you are done checking, you can just exit it. So which is what I'll do. I'll exit, and I've decided that I'm going to work with this template for this tutorial. And the next thing we have to do is, if you notice, like now this is the template pictures, you can see it's written like everything here has been done, but you can see there like um lorem ipsum text and all of that, and we don't want this. So you must make sure that you have your content set. Why I like that you should check the template first is, check that okay, this is the template that you want, then you can go back and then you can decide, okay, instead of we build better and blazing, like you now decide what you want here. You can decide what you want in this text. You can decide, okay, instead of find out what do you want your button to be, you can start like working on all of what your website should have, knowing that okay, you already have a template, and then you can also decide on the pictures that you are going to use. So once you fully have that, then you can now proceed, like you can now go back. If you don't, our advice that you just click on go back, and then like you cancel the whole process. You can just click on this button here, it will exit, and by the time you restart it again, it should start the whole process flow for you. So like if we go here, we click on this, you can see that it's still showing that your onboarding process is not completed here yet. So let's say I even like X out of this and I go back and I click on the administrative URL and I click on this, right? You can see there's still your onboarding process is not completed here. Click here to complete the simple setup. So I'm just advising you that in case you don't have your content and everything ready, then you can do that. You can exit, get your content ready, get your images ready, then you can just come back and then you click on click here, and you see we start the whole process again. So I'll just click on get started. I leave it on business. You can see my name is there. I'll leave all of this by default, and then now this is the theme I want to work with, so I'll just select this, right? And then you can see import stock image. So what it will do is it will try and import the images as you are seeing them, right? So what will happen is I would import it, but I would show you also how to remove it after we're done working on the website. So the next thing I'll do is I'll click on import theme content, and you can see building your website, checking the requirements. So what you just have to do now is wait that it should import the content, and then you'll be able to check your website and build your website with no issues. So we'll be waiting for it to do that. You can see downloading, importing the template, and you see congratulations, your website setup is completed. So now the next thing we'll now do is we'll visit the WordPress dashboard, and if you want, you can also you can see that onboard process warning has already left, right? We can also visit our website to see, okay, how does Kwikaweb look currently, because when we installed WordPress, this is how it looks. But now let's see, and now we see Kwikaweb. You see that we've installed a demo website. Now it is time for us to make this website functional. Like, we have to customize it to what we want, of course. So we'll close this, also close, you can close the assistant since we are done. Close that, and then now the next thing for us to do is we would come to, like, you can see page layer. So this is the website drag and drop that we are using, right? And we'll come to our pages, and currently this is the pages we have on the website. So we have an about page, we have a blog page, we have the contacts page, we have the home page, and then we have the privacy policy, which is a draft. We have the sample page, we have the service page, and then we also have to edit our header. So now, how do we edit our header, right? So now we'll go to customize. We'll go to appearance. Under appearance, we click on customize, and then you can see header, footer, templates, pages. So we'll click on this, right? And we are going to first edit these three, right? So we'll first edit the home header. So we'll click on home header. It will open a new page for us, and now we would start editing, right? So here, since the name of my website is Kwikaweb, I want to change this really. So I'm going to change this text here. Let me change it to something that I want. And then I'll just rewrite this here. The H tags are what is important, so I can remove all of that, and I'll just put test your knowledge today. That's what I want. And then I'll put here, I'll change this here, this paragraph, change that, and I'll put this here. So it's depending, if you already know what you're writing, you can leave that also, like you can just type it or you can paste. And remember, like I said, you should have your content ready. So I have my content ready, which is why I'm pasting. Then for this button, I'll just change this button from find out, right? I'll change this button to something else. So I'll change this to learn about us, and then the URL, I'll put the URL here. So link, so this will just be kwikaweb.com, okay, /about. So what we'll do now is we'll just click on update so that you can save changes. You can see it has updated, right? And then the next thing is we have to change the picture that is here. So we'll click on this, right? Click on this and we'll click on options, and you can see we can see the picture. So in case you are looking for the picture or anything you're looking for, make sure you just click on the edit button, and then you can toggle between the settings and options. So you see settings option, so which is what I did. So some people might assume that, like, oh, maybe the picture was here, but no, picture is here. And I just clicked on this, and then I clicked on options, and now it's showing me the picture. So now I'll click on this picture, and then I'll click on media library for it to show me the picture. So you can see this is the picture, and we see 1920 by 1280 pixel. Now if you have your images ready, right, I recommend you use this website to resize, except you have a graphics designer. And even while doing this tutorial, yes, this website is accessible, but we never know the future, right? So as long as you have, like, if you can just check online, okay, automatic image resizing websites, or like you can just search for um bulk image resizing, or automatic bulk image resizing rather. You can just search for anything that like has to do with resizing, and then use that to automatically resize. Or if you have a graphics designer, you can use a graphics designer. And then this is another website. This one is where I would get some of the pictures that I'll be using for this tutorial from. In case you also, like, maybe when you're checking these websites are not accessible, you can always Google like other websites that you can check. You just need to search for free websites to download, like free images and all of that, and then whatever pops up you can use it. But for this tutorial I'll be using these two websites. So the next thing now I'll do is, now that I know the size, right, 1920 by 1280, so I'll just put that here. Okay, here is already 1920. Then I'll put 1280, because we want to make sure that it is the right frame size, so that it's not looking bigger where you're like putting a picture that is bigger and you're wondering, oh, why is it looking distorted, or it's not looking like how it was looking in the template. So we'll put the correct dimension here. And then the next thing is, I'm just going to search for a picture. So I'm just going to search for Afghan students taking a test. And then when you see any of this icon on this website in particular, this is a premium content, which means that you cannot download it. So you should look for contents like contents like this. You should be able to download contents like this where you don't see that icon. That means it is free, right? So you will be able to download it for free. So the next thing I'll now do is, I can change the picture. I'll use this picture, or rather let's look for another picture we can use. So I'll click on next page. Okay, I think I like this because like the person is in front of a PC. So I'll just click on download, and then I'll click on free download, and you can see it has downloaded it already. And then the next thing we'll now do is we'll come back here and we'll click on browse from your computer, and then you select the image you just downloaded. You click on open, and you can see it has already like sized that image for us. That size that image, so that image is the perfect size, so it has sized the image for us. And then we'll just click on save files, and see now it has downloaded it. And why I like this website is, you see how this was 2.8 megabyte and now it has downloaded it to 287 kilobytes. If you put images that have large megabytes or that are large in general, you'll be affecting your website loading speed, because your website has to load all of those images. So what I always try and make sure you do is make sure that you're downloading images that are not, like, their size is not large. So like now you see that I reduced this to 287 kilobytes. That, trust me, that is very, very low. And then if you even check what SciPad installed for us too, you can see their own is 258 kilobytes. So the lesser the size of your image, the faster your site also loads. So now that I have gotten that resized, next thing I'll come back here, I'll click on upload files, I'll click on select files, and then now I'll just rename this because I like renaming to like know, okay, this is how I'm organizing my own files. So I'll right click and then I'll click on rename, and I'll write Kwikaweb test WP, which stands for WordPress B1. So B means banner 1. So I'll click OK, like I'll click on it and then I'll click open, and then the next thing we'll have to do is we'll have to click insert. But before you click insert, I just always advise, like, you can just put where you got the link from in the caption, just like to attribute it. So I'll come back here, here, and then in the caption I'll just like put that here, just to attribute the file really to the owner of the file, and then I'll click on insert, and now you see now that it has inserted the image, and you see that it inserted it correctly in the right frame. Not that, okay, maybe the picture inserted now looks very big and all of that. It looks perfect, right? So the next thing we are now going to do is we are going to change our logo. I mean, we don't want this, right? We want to have something like we want to have, and that is actually dependent on you really. Okay, so for our logo, I'm going to change this. So I'll click on the pencil icon, and then here I'll go back to settings, and then we'll change the logo style. We'll click on show logo, right? And now when we have clicked on show logo, we'll come here to the logo image. We click on custom logo, and then we'll click on choose our image, and then we'll click on upload files, click on select files, and make sure that you already have your logo before you upload. So I have my logo, so I'll just go down to my folder, okay, and then I'll select this as my logo. I'll click on OK, and then I'll click on insert, and you can see my logo, right? So make sure that your logo also like relates to your website. I mean, you don't want to have like a different coloring style from what your logo is. So you can see that my coloring style of my logo relates to my website. And then the next thing we have to do is, now you see there's still this text, so I'll close this. I'll click on the site title, and then I'll click on disable title. So now you see now our logo, right? And then we must like click on update, let it save, and then the next thing is, so for this close this, for this sign up, maybe like you don't want a sign up, like maybe you don't want a button there, just like me. I don't think I want a button of sign up. If you want that, you can leave that. All you just need to do is click on the pencil sign and click on the link to edit. So since I don't want that, I'll just click on this. I'll click on this. Let me remove the old section. So I'll click on this, and then I'll click on the trash, and you can see, yes. So I think I prefer it like this. I want it to show the logo, and I want it to show the menu. So I think that is okay for me. And then I'll click on update, and now if we reload our website, we should see that this has changed. So let's go to our website, right? Let's open a new tab, and then let's go to kwikawebtest.com, and you can see now this is our website. So you can see that the logo is looking very big, and this place like there's too much spacing. So if you want to change that, if you are okay with this, you can leave it like this. But if you want to change that, you can just come back here and click on your logo, right? And click on logo style, and then instead of for the logo size, you can just say, okay, you want it to be a thumbnail, or sorry, you put it as custom. I'm so sorry. So for custom, you see that it has made it smaller, but we can now increase it. So we can just put it like, can keep increasing it, keep increasing it. Okay, I think this 60 is okay for me. Then I'll click on update and I'll come back here. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, so you see now that it looks better, like the logo is here and then our menu is here. So that looks very good. And then we see we have successfully worked on the header. So the next thing we'll now do is, once we have worked on the header, we'll just update again and then we close, because we are sure like the header has been done, right? And then we'll come back to the customize, so we can just close this, right? We'll come back to customize and we'll click on the next thing we want to work on is our footer. So we'll click on the footer. Okay, and now that we've clicked on the footer, right, so we are going to edit the footer. So here I'm going to change some things here. So I'll just change this to, instead of quicker test, right, I want to write about company. So I'll just write site description, site title, and then in the site title, let's click on options. Let's see, let's check the typography. Okay, so this is supposed to show the site title itself. So now I'm getting this and I'm getting this. So we don't want this, right? We want something like this here. So what we'll just do is we'll just delete this from here, and then we can create a duplicate. To create a duplicate of this, we just press this copy icon, and then I want to move this over. So this is title, this is the title tag, right? So I'll just delete this and then I'll take a title from here rather, and I'll put that here, and then you can see the title tag. I'll just write about company, and then we can now, okay, let me put my H tag well. Sorry. So I'll click on update, and I want it to be the same with this, right? So I just have to look, okay, what is the setting, what is making this way? Okay, or rather, let me even just delete this. That will take a while for us to cross check. So I'll just copy this again, create another version of this, and let's see if I move this. Let's see what. Okay, so we see that it still moved. Okay, great. So what I did now is, if you see, I just used, like, I clicked on this, so you can use this to drag and drop. So you can see, so if I move this here, you see it comes here, I take it again, I move it here, it comes here. So that's what I've been trying to do. So instead of like starting from scratch. So now that we have done that, I'll just write about company, and then here, remember, like, I think we actually switched it. So let's take this back. Okay, so good. So here we change this rather again to about company, right? Because we wanted to be about to be here, and then we'll put in our, like, our a summary of about. So I'll put in a summary here. Okay, I'll put in that summary, and then yeah, I'll change the links. So I'll just rename this as, instead of about company, I'll just rename this as quick links, right? And then here I'll put in just 4. So I'll delete this, I'll delete that, and I'll rename this to our blog. I'll link it to the blog. So let me copy my link of the blog and paste it. Then the same thing I'll do for the second one. I'll change that to about us. Copy my link, paste that here. So the first one is our blog about us, and then same thing here. I'll click on this and then I'll just click on the trash, and then I'll change this to privacy policy. We'll also create, remember, like we'll create a privacy policy page. I'll put the privacy policy page link here, and then the other one will be terms and conditions. So I'll put that here too. Okay, so we have that done, and then the next thing I'll just click on update. I mean, we want to always save what we're doing, and then here we'll click on the icons. So let's say you don't want LinkedIn, because I don't want LinkedIn, so I'll just click on the LinkedIn, and then I'll change this from LinkedIn to, let's say, YouTube. So I'll scroll down, I'll look for the YouTube logo. Okay, this is Facebook. Okay, so you can see this is the YouTube logo. So you can see that's YouTube, right? And if you don't even want YouTube, all you just need to do is click on the trash icon to delete it. So since I want all of that, I'll just leave it, and then I'll just put in my URL. So you get in your social media URL links, right? And then you put it in. So this is my Facebook link. I put in my Facebook. My Instagram link. Let me copy my Instagram link here. Put in my Instagram link. My YouTube link. Don't worry, I know you're still seeing the like it's still showing LinkedIn, but once we update the page, it will update accordingly. So put in my YouTube, and then Twitter. Put in my Twitter. Copy link to my Twitter. And if you have a preference, all you just need to do is highlight your mouse over here, and then you can just move it. So if you want Twitter to come first, if you want Instagram to come first instead, you can just do that. But for me, I want Facebook to come first, followed by followed by Twitter, then Instagram, and the YouTube. So now we've done the social media icons, so I'll click on update, right? And now we want to edit this area, which is for our address. So I'll click on this icon, and then here I'll put in let's check the heading. So the heading is showing New York Street, so I'll just put in my own address instead. So I'll put in my address, that's my address, and then the content, if I don't want that, I'll just delete the content. So you can see I've deleted the contents, right? And then of course now it's looking too big, so let's see icon box, or let's say icon style. So you can see the size, so let's try and reduce the size of the icon so that it just looks better. Okay, so now you see now that the icon looks well with our text, so I think I prefer it like that. And then we'll come here, so we'll go back to the heading. I'll change the heading to contact at kwikatest.com, right? And then we'll go to the icon style too. Also, sorry, before the icon style, let's remove the content, like the online support. So remove that, right? We'll go back to icon style, and then we reduce it. Okay, so contact, that is also okay. And then if you want to add your working days, right, you click on that, and then you can just even put that together. So So instead of working days, I'm going to change this. So in case you also want to change it, I want to add my phone number. So I'll just search for phone. So I'll scroll down, or I can just search phone. Okay, and then I'll just click on this, right? And then I'll put in my phone number. So I'll come to the heading, and then here I'll just put in my phone number. And then remember, go to the content, remove the Monday to Friday, close the content, we go to icon style, and then we reduce the icon style. Okay, so to make everything the same, you can just check, okay, the icon style of this is what, 19. So let's say our icon style for, let's put everything as 20. So this one to change the icon style to 20. And then finally we change the phone icon style just to make everything the same. So change this to 20. So you can see now, you can see that we've created a footer. So you see how it looks good. So I click on update, and then I can click on close. Successfully created our footer. So if I load, currently this is what our footer is. So if I reload this page, you should see what we've done. So you can see now this is our footer, right? You can see we've added everything we've added is here. And one more thing, if you want to edit the like this, I forgot to do that, so let's quickly do that. So I'll go back to our customize, and then I'll click on footer again, and then here, yes, so I'll just click on the pencil icon, and whatever extra thing you want to add. So let's say I want to add all rights reserved. Yeah, so you can see now I've done that. Then I'll just click on update, and I can close that again, and when I reload that, you should see it. So if I scroll down, can you see 2024 Kwikaweb test, all rights reserved, done. So now I will close this, come back here, and now I'll click on header. So the header is the general header, because what we worked on, the first header we worked on is the home page header. So like when you come to your blog, you can see that it's not showing what we did here. Like you see, I removed the sign up, I put my logo, it's not showing that. So we have to now do the general header. That's what we're going to work on next. So now that this has loaded, the first thing I'll just do is, since I don't need this, I'll delete this. Okay, and then we'll add our logo. So I'll put this. And then I'll click on logo style, I'll click on show logo, I'll click on custom logo, I'll select the logo, I'll click on insert, and then I'll click on custom, and then we'll increase the size to what we want. So you can check. So let's even check what did we increase it to in the other one, so that you are increasing it to the same size. So I'll click on the pencil icon, the logo style, okay, it was 60, so that means this would also be 60. So I'll just write 60 here, good. And then here we'll have to remove this text, so I'll just click on site title, and I'll click on disable title, and you see we have already worked on the general header. And then we'll change the general, like we'll change this general image. So I'll just click on the pencil icon, I'll click on options, click on the image. Okay, the image size is 1920 by 180 pixel, right? So if we even want that, this since, okay, 1920 by 108 pixel. So what we'll just do is we'll come back here. So we'll say 180, since it's 1920 by 180, and then we can remove this picture because we don't want to use this picture again. I'll browse for my computer, I'll browse for like a different image to use. So this time I'll be using this picture, and I'll click on open. And now that I've opened it, it has, like, the website has cropped it for me. And then I'll just click on save files, and you can see it has downloaded the file. So I'll come back to header, right, and then I'll click on upload. I'll click on select file. I'll go back to my downloads. So I'll just rename this file, because you know I said I like renaming the files so that I know how it is organized. So WPP2. Okay, and I'll click on this and I'll click on open, and then here I'll just put https freepik.com, which is where I got the website from, I mean the image from rather. So https freepik.com, and then I'll click on insert, and you can see, so this will be our general, like for any page, this will be the general background for any page. And then I'll click on update, and now by the time we go back to our website, so you see like the blog now is showing this as a default general picture. Now if I click on this, see now it has shown the picture I put, it has shown my logo and exactly how it is with the home page. So you see now there's no more difference. So if someone goes to my blog, see there's no difference. If you go to my contact, you see that everything is the same, right? There's no difference. So we don't want like people to be seeing different versions of our website, right? So now that I've done that, all I just need to do now next is I'll click on close, right, and then I can close this and open this again, and then now we'll now start editing the pages. So the next thing is we are going to edit the home page. I'm going to edit our home page, or if you want to follow it like starting from the about page, really, you can click on edit about page, and then in the about page we are going to let's work on our about page. So here in the what we do, I'm going to change that, right? So I'll put this here, and instead of what we do, I'll just say about us, and then I'll put in, change this text something, or we can still add more. Okay, so I've done that, and then here I'll be changing all of this. So let's edit this, and then in the heading we'll change that to wide variety of topics. We'll put a, like in the content section, we'll just put this text. Then we can say okay, interactive and fun for this. We'll change the heading, interactive and fun. Put in our content also, and then can put get instant feedback, the third one. And then we'll put in our content. Remember that I already have my own content, so like I said, that's why it's even making me fast. So we'll put in our content. So you see, I've changed this. Now if we want to change the images the same way we've changed images, like that's like everything is still the same, right? So what we'll just do is let's click on image box, or let's see image style. So image box, we'll change this, right? I want to like change, let's change the first image. So let's put images that, like, okay, we said wide variety of topics, right? You can just say library image. Like we can just use a white library image for that. Okay, I think I like this. Click on download, click on free download. Okay, it has downloaded, and then we note, okay, what is this image size? So this is 800 by 600. And if you want to do things faster, you can just, because you can here you can upload multiple pictures at once, which is what I want to do, because all of this would have the same size. So if I check here, you would see that it's the same size, 800 by 600, and also this one too should be 800 by 600. So if I check here, you see 800 by 600. So what I'll just do is I'll just look for all of the images I need. So I think this image for interactive and fun is fine by me, right? um and even this image is for get instant feedback is also fine by me. So I think I'll just be changing just this image. Really, I'll just change only this image. But like, and that's one thing that's one of the reasons why I like using, like, let it just download the images that come with the template, because you might see some images that would work for you. So I think these two images work for me, so I'll just change only this one. So let's come here. So 800 by 600, right? And then I'll cancel this out, and then I'll browse for my computer, click on this, I'll click on open. You can see it has sized it for me, but I can just take it to what I want, and then I'll click on save files. That's saved. I'll come back here, um click on the pencil icon here, I'll click on the image, I'll click on upload file, I'll click on select file, and then I'll rename this to QuickTest WPB3. So QuickTest WPB3. Then I'll click on open and click on insert. So okay, and let me just update, like, let me just point the caption to where I got it from. So I'll just point that to where I got it from, and then I'll click on insert, and then you see, yes, so I love this. I love the way it is looking now. And then if you have a pricing, you can put the pricing. I don't have a pricing, but I'll just show you. So you just click on the pencil icon, and you can see currency. So let's say we want to use naira. So all you just have to do is just search, okay, naira symbol. So depending on your currency, so I'll just search for this, and then I'll put that here, paste that here, and you can see it has changed to naira. So it depending, then you can put in the price. If you want to put the price, you see this is the price field. So if I say, okay, 1000, that's the price, and then here you can see the period. If you want it per month, or if you want to say, okay, instead of per month, you say it's per year, you can see, right? And then the features is like what you are adding. So if you say customer support, you click on this. If you don't want to use customer support, if you want to write something else, let's say I want just to write support 247, you can put that. And if you want to add a new feature, click on the add new feature, and then additional information, you can read that, and then the ribbon you can see, and then we see button style, right? So here is currently showing that. So let's click on this. Okay, because I want us to see, okay, where's this register now coming from. So let's see pricing table. Let's check the options. let's click on this. um oh, okay, so for the button, right, what I did was I came here. So just in case you do not see where the button is, I just scrolled down and I came here and I clicked on it, and now you can see the button, because I was wondering like where was the button, and now we've seen that. So yeah, this is just for from the basic to what is written here. For the button, it has a different icon you click on, which is this, and then you'll be able to see the button and then put in your URL. So since I said I'm not working with this, right? I'm not working with this. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to delete this because I'm not working with that. I'm going to now work on the completed project. I'm going to work on that area, right? And instead of so I'll go here, right? Now just change it. So I'll just say, instead of completed project, I'll just say our recent stats. So I'll just write our recent stats, and then I can delete this because I don't need this, and then we'll now change the stats. So we can say, okay, we can rename this to 100 plus quizzes. Title, we'll change the title to quizzes, right? We can change this to 50 variety of quizzes. Change this again to, I haven't leave this as, okay, change this to 100 student sign-ups. I can say, okay, 50 certificates awarded. So you see how like it is now like falling in line with what we do. We are changing all of that, right? Then make sure click on update. Don't want to have a situation where we probably cannot update, and then the next thing we have to, I mean, we probably lose what we have worked on. The next thing we have to do is, right, if you want this, you can leave this. Really, it's just depending on your own on your preference, really. So if I say, okay, let's say have any projects in your mind, so I can say, instead of want to become student, put a comma, then we change it, get in touch, and then we just change this button, click on with a teacher, and then we can just put our contact us page. So I'll copy link, that's our contact us page, and I'll click on update, right? And then now we have to just edit the testimonials. For these testimonials, if you have as many as you want, you can just, all you just need to do is, if you want to create many, you can just click on this copy, you can see. And normally I don't like using, like, except you want to put images, but You can see like this is overlaying on this. So what you just do instead is, what you do in this type of case scenario is you click on this pencil sign for the three of them, and then you can now click on options and you click on box style, and then I think for the padding, let's see. Okay, so we don't want that. Okay, so we can unlink it, and then let's see. Okay, so this did not do anything. Let's see this. Okay, you can see this is doing something. So let's just go back to 0. So let's do this instead. Yes. So you can see. So what we are doing right now is we are creating like spacing. So we can just leave it at 110. So now you see that it looks better. So this is not overlapping with this. How did we do that? We came here, right? We clicked on the pencil, or you can just right click, edit inner row, right? You can just right click, edit inner row. Then we came to options, and under options we clicked on box style, and then we increase this margin here. First we unlinked it because it was linked like this. We unlinked it and then we increase the margin. Well, like for me, I'm just going to use 2 testimonials and I don't need this, so I'll just delete this. So I'll click on delete, and then here too I'll just delete this because I don't need it. So I'll click on delete. So yeah, delete. I don't need that. And then the pictures too, I don't need the pictures, so I'll delete the pictures. I'll delete this, I don't need that, right? And then I'll now change from our awesome clients. I'll change this. I'll come to my settings, then I'll just edit the title. I'll change that to our testimonials, and then here I can change that to, I'll just change that to what people say about us, and then I'll put in the testimonial here. So for the testimonial, we just edit this, right? And then you write what the person is saying about you. So here I'll just write my students are always excited whenever they take any quiz on Kwikaweb because they get to learn a lot. Okay, then I'll put a full stop, and that's it. And then if we want another paragraph, which is what we'll now use for the name, so we just put another paragraph there, and then we'll just delete what we wrote. So for the second paragraph, we're going to put the person's name. So what I did was I just copied this first paragraph, copied the whole thing, and then now I've deleted it, and I'll just write the name. So alright, Lisa. So you can see, so I put in the testimonial, I put in the name, and then the designation, and then here if you want to change the star rating, you can just change it here. Like you click on the pencil icon and then say okay, I want it to be 3.5 stars. You can see it has increased. So that's what I will do also here. I'll change the star first. Let me change it to 5 stars. Just put above 5 stars, right? And then let's change our text. So we'll do the same thing that we did here. We'll do it here. So I'll just copy this. Click on my pencil icon. Okay, so I'll change this to Chiamaka Sunday. Student. and then I'll put the student testimonial. So taking quizzes on Kwikaweb test has been fun for me. I get to learn a lot of new things and history, science, and science. Okay, so now you can see we've put in our testimonial, and then the next thing we just do is we click on update. And now let's check our page. So we just worked on the about page, right? So click on about, and you can see this is our about page. So you see everything about like what we are doing on Kwikaweb test, right? And you see we are getting there. So right now we've worked on the about page, we worked on the home header, we worked on the home, we worked on the footer. So now we've worked on our first page. Now we have to go to the next page. So I'll just update this again, and I'll click on close, cancel this, come back here, and then the next page is here is our contact page. So I'll click on the contact, and then here I'll add our necessary contact information, right? So the get in touch is okay, and then we don't need to also like write any text here, because we're just telling people to get in touch if they want to. And then here you can leave the colors on, and then you can put the number that you want to put, right? Which is, I will be putting our default like the number for a Kwikaweb test. I'll put that here. I'll click on the pencil icon, right? Then under, let's check the options. Okay. Okay, so options, let's see typography. Okay, click on options again. Okay, it's not letting me change this, so I'll just delete this really, and then I'll put a rich text. So you can always do that if you see that it's not showing you the right option it's supposed to show you. And then I'll just put the text here. So you see, that makes sense for me. So that's the same thing here. You can see I don't know why we are not able to edit this, so I'll just remove this, and I'm sure that will be the same thing here. So I'll remove this, and then I'll just put the rich text for both of them. So for the email, so put the email here, and then finally for the address, the rich text, put the address here, and then we'll change this New York Street to location, right? Change that to location, and then you see we've done our contact. And then here for the contact form, right, we'll click on this pencil icon, and let's make sure that we turn on use Google reCAPTCHA, because we'll still use that later. So once I've clicked on that, yes, for the contact form, I like that's okay. And then now we can change this. So here we'll click on the pencil icon here, right, and then we'll put in our address, so that the Google updates it. So you can see, so anybody that clicks on this will take them to our address. So next thing, we'll click on update, and then let's check our contact page. So you can see our contact page, the information we put, and you can see This is our link. So anybody that clicks on this, you can see that from direction. If I click on direction, you see it takes them to direction on Google Maps. And you see we've done our contact page. I always like the contact page to be simple and straightforward, and you can see we've done that. So currently you see that we are already making progress. We've done our about page, and now we've done the contact page. So we have two functional page exactly how we want it, not just what the template installed on our website. So the next thing now we have to work on is, let's check. So we'll close this. Next thing we have to work on is our home page. Yes. So this is what I usually work on first, but I just decided to follow the way it is shown, right? So now our home page, we cannot edit this because this is the header page. So we've edited that already. So now it's time to work on the home page, right? So for this, I'll change this text, right? And I'll just put something else there. So let me rename this, and then I'll just put this here, and then I'll put like a description here. So here I'll put a description. Okay, that's a description for me. And then I don't need this button. If you need the button, you can add your, like, you can add the button. All you just need to do is click on this, right? And when you click on it, you add the link, and then you add the button text. So you add the button text, but since I don't need it, I'll just click on the trash icon. I think this is okay for me, right? And then here, as here, I'll change something. So what am I going to add there now? Let me put, so here I'll just click on this pencil icon, heading. I'll change the heading, and if I don't want to add 4, maybe I just want to add like 2, I can reduce this really. So I'll just say wide variety of topics, add that here, and I'll just add this in the content. I'll add that here, and then also here. Then I can just change this icon to look like what I am talking about. So icon box, let's search book. Okay, so you see now it looks like what I'm talking about. And then we can add get instant feedback here. So icon style, check, let's say check. Okay, keyboard check, and then we'll change the heading to like get instant feedback. Then we'll put in the text content. Okay, so we've done that, and then for this two I don't want it, so I'll just click on this trash icon, and you can see it is just showing these two right now. And then I'll click on update. I think I prefer it like that for me. If you have your own preference, you can always add more by just clicking on the copy sign, and you can see it has added it again. So since I don't need it, I'll delete that. And then the case studies, right? I also do not need the case studies because you don't need to, like, remember it's a template, so it's just serving like as a guideline for you, not that you have to necessarily follow it. So for me, I don't need the case studies, so I'll just delete this. The project completed, I think we already added that, right, in our about page. So I will also remove that, and then here I'll remove this too because we already added that, right? Okay, so what I'll just now leave is I'll leave the our pricing, because I mean, let's say we offer some sort of pricing, I'll add that here. So I'll delete this text and now let's work on the pricing. So I'll click on this, right? I'll click on this and then I'll just change this from basic to free, and I'll take my Naira symbol, I'll copy this, come back here, and then in the subtitle, okay, no subtitle, the header is okay, the currency, right? I'll put in the Naira currency, and to just make sure that you don't need to be going back and forth, so you can just quickly update all the currencies. So I'll update this currency too, I'll put it in Naira, I'll click on the check mark, I'll also update the currency, I'll put this one to Naira, and then here we'll put the price, right? Or instead of, sorry, let me come back here, I'll click on the pencil icon here, so we can just even write basic actually, right? And then in the currency price we'll put 1000, right? And then we can leave, if you want to change this you can change it. I'm just going to leave this by default. So if you want to add more features, all you just need to do is come here to features, and you can see if you add more, the more you add, you can add more. And then if you want to change the icon style, just click on icon and then select what you want. Really, that's if you want that. And if you don't want any icon, right, you can just toggle this switch and you see, can you see, no more icon. So that's dependent on you. So I'll leave all of, like I'll leave this one, but I'll edit the rest. So I'll just only edit the pricing. So we'll come back here, I'll change the price, just change this price to 2000, and then we can change the ultimate price, change the price to, let's say, 3000. And then for the register now, remember, we'll click here for register now, and then I can just link it to what page can I link it to now? Maybe if you have a paystack link and you've generated your paystack or Flutterwave link, you can always put that link here. You generated your paystack or Flutterwave link, you can always put that link here, right? So I'll leave this for now because I mean we don't have a payment link, right? So I'll leave that for now, and then I'll just click on update. But you can see we worked on the pricing plan, right? And then here, remember that we changed this. Right? So the first thing we'll even have to do is we can just go back to our about page and check, okay, what did we do here, right? And the good thing I like about this is if we click on edit page, oh no, don't click on edit, sorry, don't click on edit like that. So let's go back to customize, and then let's go back to, I think that was on our about page, yeah. So we'll click on about, because if you click on edit it will use WordPress by default, like WordPress default website builder, and we don't want that. So let's see if we can copy this. So let's try and copy this, copy, and let's see if we are able to paste it. So you see that I just took, instead of having to like start redoing this again, I just took it from the about page and I pasted it. So I'll just delete this. You can see I just took that from our about page and I pasted it. And then also I will do the same thing for the client. So I'll come to the testimonial page, right? And I right clicked and I clicked on copy and came here and I'll just paste that here. So I'll click on paste and you can see it's showing our testimonials. So I can now delete this while it shows what I had already done, because I mean you might not just want to be going back and forth. I mean you've already done something and then imagine that you have to do it again. So I have copied that and I've pasted that here, and then remains this side. So here you can use this as you can use this area as a frequently asked questions, or like it's just depending on you really. So if you want to just use it to explain your process, you can, but I am going to use it as a frequently asked questions. So let me write that frequently asked questions. Okay, so I'm going to fill that in. Okay, I'm trying to get my document of where I kept that. So good, so I've gotten that. So here I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here, right? And then so you can just change the question. So click on this and then in the title I'm not going to be using I don't want to use an icon, so I'll just change the title. What is quicker test and how does quicker test work, right? And then here too we'll do that. Then we'll do that here too. And then finally here. Okay, and then let's check content. Let's see, what does the content show? Let's see, tabs. What does tab show? Okay, so now it's time for us to, because right now we just edited just the titles, so it's time for us to edit the text in it. So click on this, right? And then you put in the text you want to put. So I'll put in my text, and then you can see, so I click on the next one, I'll click on the text option, right? So I'm trying to edit our text. So I'll come back here because I want the text to like relate to what is shown. So here I'll click on this. Done that. Then finally the last one. So we'll edit the last one. Okay, perfect. And then we'll work on the changing the image, right? So yes, so I've gotten what I want to use for number 2. I'll click on that, and then good. So I've added that, right? So you see we now have a frequently asked questions section, and then finally we change the image. Can change the image here. So this image is 800 by 800. So let's go to our the website and then just write 800, and then we'll check if you have an image you want to use, which I do. I'm just going to use, so I'm going to click open. Okay, so I like this image, right? So I'll just click on save files, and then I'll come back here. Sorry, I'll come back here and click on upload. And remember, rename. Always remember to rename your file. So copy, click on rename. This time this is 4, banner 4. So I'll click on this. I'll click on open, and then I'll click on insert, and you can see I've inserted that. So currently we already have all of this, and since we don't have a register now link, I mean we don't have where people want people to register, so you can just delete this. So I'll just delete, right? I'll just delete, and then I'll just delete this. So it will just show our pricing, right? Okay, so that's better. And then I'll click on update. And what we forgot to do here was link the caption. So I'll just put on https freepik.com. Okay, so that's okay. And then I'll click on insert, and then I'll click on update. I'll click on close. I'll close this out, and then let's check our website. So let's go to kwikatest.com. Okay, so this is our landing page. You can see all of the edits we made. Can see our frequently asked question area. Can see perfect. See our testimonials. Can see perfect. So currently we are almost there. You see that we've already created an about page, we've created the contact page, and we've created our home page. Now there's also the services page. You can see the services has what we do. So now, right, because I feel like we should not have like I really don't like repetition. So I feel like the services and the about page are almost the same. Like they are almost the same. So what do? We can just put them in one, and I can show you, like in case you also probably just have an about page, don't want to also like now do a services page and all of that. So what we'll just do is we'll open the about page, right? I'll open the service page, and we'll just take some things from the service and we'll put them in about. So take for example, we need our expert team, right? So I'll right click, I'll click on copy, and I'll put that in my about page. So this is about, right? And since we've added some things to of the about page to our home page, we might even remove some things from our about page. But for now, so about us, and then after the recent start, okay, I think I should paste that here. So I'll paste. So expert team, I'll take that up. So I think this is now making sense. And then I'll just take this one more, like I'll take this and I'll copy this, copy. Now I'll paste that here. Then we can even remove the testimonials rather in our about page. Can remove that. Don't need that really. Okay. So we can also remove this from our about page. Okay, so we can leave this in our about page. So now that means we don't need the services page. And now that we don't need the services page, I'm going to show you how to delete a page since we don't need it. But let's work on our about page and be sure that, okay, we've created everything we want before we delete the page we don't need. So the about page is okay. So now let's work on the expert team. So if you want to, like, let's say you have more team members, all you just need to do is remember, if you want more of what you are working on, just click on the copy sign and you see it has duplicated it. You can see more team members. And then if you are like me that just has like 2 members that you want to add, all you just need to do is click on this icon and right click and delete, or you can click on the same icon and you can just delete from here. So for me, I'm just adding 2 team members, right? And then the next thing I'll now do is I'll just click on the icon, right? And I'll click on avatar. I'll select the picture. Okay, this avatar is 600 by 600 pixel, right? So I'll come here, I'll delete this picture from here, right? 600 here, put 600 here, and then we'll select an image I want to use. So we're going to use this. So 600 by 600, so that's okay. I'll save file, and then let me delete this. I'll do that for the man. So I'll open 600 by 600. Okay, it's just going to be his face. So let's look for another person, another man that's like, because you don't want just, so can man portrait. Okay, so we can use this. Click on download, free download. So we can remove this, then click on browse from our computer, click on this. Okay, so I think this is better for me. I'll click on save file, right? And then we'll go back to the about tab. I'll click on upload. Now, since we've already edited 2 images, since I don't need this, I can just delete this. since we edited two images, we can just upload those two images together. How do you upload multiple images together? I'm going to show you how to do that. So here, let me first rename my files properly. V5, right? And then let me rename this to name V6. So I'm going to just click on this, right? And then I can just like press Ctrl on my keyboard and do that, or I just like drag my mouse and you see that I selected both, and then I just click on open, and then yes, it's selected on the lady already. So I'll just put in the caption https freepik.com for the lady. For the guy, since I have the link here, I'll just copy the link and then I'll come here and I'll put that here, and then we'll click on, for the lady we'll click on insert, right? And then here I'll change the name to what I want. So going to just click on heading. I'll write the name here, was CV, and then I'll leave it as project manager. That's good. And then for the social media icons, we'll just click on this, right? And then options, okay, center. I actually don't want a social media icon, so if you want that, you can do that. But if you notice, it's like to this side. So I'm just trying to see how we can change that in case you want that. Okay, so see, this is 44, right? This is also 44. Okay, so see, so you just have to like click on this to drag it to what you want. So you can see I'm dragging it to what I want until maybe I center it. Okay, you can say 185. Okay, so you can see now it is centered. So I was just showing you, but I'm not going to use this, so I'm just going to press the delete. And what I did was, if you want to center yours, what I did was I clicked on this pencil icon, click on box style, and then this was what I was increasing. So on your own template, if that also applies to you, that's what you just need to do. And then I'll just click on, because I don't need the two social media icon, and then I'll change the name for the man. So I'll go back to my settings, I'll go back to my heading, and I'll just write man son, and the content let's see, consultant. And then for the picture, I'll just click on the pencil icon, right? I'll click on avatar, click on the picture, and select the picture that I want to use, and click on insert. And you can see these are like my team members. And then here, and I'll just click on this because we don't need that. So I'll click on this, and then you can see we have our team members here set up. And then last but not the least, so let's change this one. So we can change this. Change this to one users. And this is just depending on like if you need it really, because on a second thought, I'm thinking that I might not need this because I've already worked on some other things, so I might not need it. I'm thinking that I might not need it. So it's just depending on you really. So for me, I think this already explains much like something about us really. And if you just want to edit this type of thing, just click on the percentage, and you can see the percentage. If I increase it to 100, you see that it will go to 100. So let's even do it so that I'll just show you. Okay, so since I want to show you, I'm just going to change this to, instead of quality and efficiency, I'll change this to quicker test metrics, right? And then I'll put in a brief introduction here. So we'll put in, okay, so we'll put in our introduction, then we'll put in the metrics. So here, instead of fun, I'll just say engaging quizzes. Say, so if you want to, I'm just going to put everything on 100. I'm going to put everything on 100, and then if you want, so knowledge impact, okay. So now you see we have done that, and then we can just look for a picture to put here. So let's see, what image can we use? This is 800 by 600. Let's see if we have any file in our system that we can use for that. 800 by 600. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this. 800 by 600. Okay. Let's do this. And then we click on save file. We come back to our about page. We click on upload file. And we rename this. So I'll rename this to P7. I'll click on OK. And then you see, and then we click on insert. Okay, so this is good. I love this. I love this. Love this. And then we'll just click on this. We'll give it some space from the footer. So let's click on option, box style. Okay, so let's just increase it a bit to 100. Okay, so I think this is okay for me. So you see we've done the about page, and we see that we also like brought what was in the services page. So that means we actually don't need the service page. So if you do, you can work on your own service page, but for this tutorial I don't. And you can also apply the same steps. So what I'll just do now is I'm going to show you how to delete a page. So I'll close this, right? And let's say like now I don't need this page anymore. So I like I came to all pages in my WordPress installation, and let's say I don't need this that's the service page anymore. All I will just need to do is I'll just click on trash, and now that I've trashed it, you can see if I check my trash, you would see the service page. Now you can leave it in your trash, that maybe you still probably would want to copy some files from that service page. You can leave it really in your trash. You don't need to like permanently delete, but in this case I don't need it again, so I'll just click on delete permanently, and you can see it has deleted permanently. So if I reload this page, it should show me a 404 error. So you can see it's showing 404, that's the page not found. So currently we now have just the home page, we have the contact page, we have the about page, and currently you can see like I think we would say that we have done 80% work already, because we've created our landing page. This is our landing page, right? Created our landing page, which looks very good. We've created our contact page, and then we've created an about page, and you can see all of the pages are unique. All of our pages are unique. So now all that is left is for us to work on the blog page. And how do we do that? So for us to work on the blog, I advise that you first go to the blog, you go to a blog, and then you just note, okay, this is the blog image, and you can right click and click open image in new tab, and then you click on this, and then we can see the image that we just opened, right? And we'll note the size. So here it is 1920 at the top, 1920 by 1080. So we'll just close this, right? We'll come here, and then we'll go to our post, this section. We'll go to post, click on all posts, and then here you can see all of our blog posts. So what we'll do is, we don't need all of this, so we just delete it. So I'll click on move to trash, because this was the default post, and then I'll just click on delete permanently, and then I'll go to my category section, and then I'll also delete the categories. I'll press delete, I'll press apply, and then the tags too, I'll select all the tags, I'll press delete, I'll press apply. So right now you see I don't have any category, I don't have, oh sorry, I clicked on add new post. So let me go back. So I don't have any new category, I do not have any, like, oh, why do I keep clicking on add new post? I don't have any new category, I don't have any tags, so, and I don't have any posts. So that's what I wanted to click on. So now the next thing is for us to edit our WordPress post. And the first thing I will advise is you can just create your categories down here. You click on categories, which is what I did, and let's say I'll create just one category for this tutorial. So I'll click on education, and I'll click on add new category, and then tags. For my tags, I'm going to also do the same thing. I'm going to add like tags too. So I'll just click on I'll add my tags. I'll say okay, quizzes, add new tags, okay. Let me reload this. Okay, so quizzes, add new tag, and then I'll add one more tag. Let me add students, add new tag. Okay, so now that I've created a category, I've added it, like my tags. You can use that way to also create your categories and add your tags. Next thing I would prefer to do is I'll click on add new plugin, because I love using this plugin to edit my WordPress. Some people might want to use the recent one, like the recent WordPress editor, but I prefer to use this. So I'll just click on install now. So I'll wait for it to install. Okay, you can see installed, and then the next thing I'll do is I'll click on activate, and we can see it has activated. So now that it has activated, if I go back to my post and I click on all posts, like I click on add new post, or here I click on add new post, you see like this is the version of the WordPress I like, maybe because that is what I am used to. But before, it would have shown like the most recent like version of WordPress, which I really don't like that. I really don't like that editor. So now that I've installed that, it's time to put in my blog post. So I'll put in my blog title here, and then see the categories. I'll select the education categories I added. Now let's say you want to create other categories. Maybe you forgot to create it from here. From here you can just click on add new category, and whatever category that you create from there. So let's say I want to add new category. I'll just click on I clicked on add new category, and see when I add that, you see, but it would automatically select it for that post. So let's say I don't need it for this post, just need it for the education post. And then the same thing with tags. So if you want to add if you want to add a new tag, let's say I want to add a new tag called traditional learning, because it will first search if you have created that tag. So let's say I have not, and I want to add it. All I just need to now do is, as I've written it, I'll just click it, I'll just click on add, and you see it has added it. But now see the tags I created before. So I created a quizzes tag, you can see it has brought it up, and then I created a student tag and it has brought that up. So I'll just click on add, and I've added the tags, right? And now the next thing is we'll check our featured image. And remember that we put in a featured, like we searched for a featured image, which was 1920 by 1080. That was what this featured image was. So we'll click on set featured image. All right, so I'm trying to see if we can. Okay, so this was the featured image. So you see 1920 by 1080. So I'll just put that here. I'll reset it 1920 by 1080, right? And then I can delete this. I'll browse from my computer, and then I'll put this instead. And then this is going to be my featured image for my blog post, right? And then I'll click on save files. Okay, it has saved. So I'll go back to the add new post. I'll click on upload, click on select file, and remember we have to rename the file. So I'm going to rename this. So I'll just right click, I'll click on rename, and I'll just put B8. Or another thing you can also do is you can always make it the same what they call it now, the same title of your blog post. So let me work on that. Like you can make this the same title of your blog post, just for like SEO sake, search engine optimization sake. So I'll copy this, and then I'll just rename this. So I'll paste this, and I remember like I got this also from freepik, so I'll just put that here on freepik.com. Let me check if I did that here. So I didn't, so I'll put that here, freepik.com, and then okay, I did that for the other one. So I'll just click on set featured image, and now that is my featured image. And now it's time for us to put in the post, like that is, it's time for us to put in our blog post. So I already have my own blog post, so I'll just copy here and paste, and you can see I pasted my own blog post, right? And the next thing is you have to work on your SEO. So I can say for this one, I'll just put my focus keyword should be education, and then you can add some more. So I can say education, you can say quizzes, I'll put a comma, and then I can say tradition or I can just say students. I'll put a comma. So let's see when I click on refresh analysis. Okay, it's still giving me some warning, right? So you have to just like find a way to like resolve this, but normally I just leave it like how I have done it, and then see your title, like it's showing you how it will look on um Google, like when Google crawls your website. So sorry, the title is okay. If you want to like match all of this, all you just need to do is resolve any of this, like if you want to improve it, and then you can look at content readability. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to focus on all of that because we just want to get a working website. So I have done the SEO process. I've added the keywords, right? And then all I'll just do is I'll click on publish, and that's it. We've published our blog post. So now we are almost done. All that is now left is for us to complete our privacy policy page and our terms and condition page. So I'll go back to all pages, of which let us even see the blog post we created. So we'll go back to our website, we'll click on our logo. Okay, we'll click on blog, and can you see this is the blog post we created? You can see the date. Click on that, so you can see our blog post and see the blog post that we created. And now of course we don't want anu2304 to be showing, because that is our admin username. So we'll go back to pages and we'll go to users, and you click on add new user, and then you create a username. So I'll just put anu quicker test, anu at kwikaweb.com. You can hide this. If you want to change the password, you can just delete that and put in the person's preferred password, or you can just generate a password for the person. So let me hide this and generate. So I'll just delete this user later on, and then you can select, okay, you want this person to be an author. So I'll put that there. I'll put in the first name, Anu Oshinobi. And if the person has a link, a website link or something, you can put that here. And then you just click on add new user. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake with the email address. I put comma. So let's do that again. Add new user, and you can see Anu Oshinobi has been added to this website. So if I go back to my post, right, and I click on edit, then I scroll down, okay, let's go back to the post itself again. We'll go back to the post. I will click on quick edit rather. So you can see quick edit. Yes, you can see the author. So I'll just change this to Anu Oshinobi, and then I'll click on update. So you can do that for your own posts too. So if you, after you add your new post, you can just make sure that in the quick edit you change the author to, like, you don't use your admin as the author, so that people don't know, like, okay, this is even the admin username, and it's so easy for them. So if I reload this now, you would see that it has been assigned to me, and now it's not even showing my own like username. It's showing just my full name, which is Anu Oshinobi. It is showing that, so that is good. And that way you can prevent people from just knowing that, okay, this is how they can access your website. So we've done the blog post, right? We've actually even created our fully functional website. This is a fully functional website that we've created with WordPress. You can see our blog. You can see we have a blog post. You can see our contact page. We have that here. And then you can see the about page. We also have that here. Created a fully functional website. Now the next thing for us to do is, like, we have to work on our privacy policy, which is what is here, and then the terms and condition. So that's what I'll work on now. So I'll come back here and then I'll click on pages. You can see there's already a draft for privacy policy, so I'll just click on edit, and then you can edit the draft, or if you have your own draft you can paste your own draft. But since I have my own, I'll just paste my own here, and then I'll put in my website phone number. So this is the website phone number. Put that here. Let me delete this. So I'll put that here. The email is supposed to be contact@quickatest. So put contact@quickatest.com, and then I'll change this to contact@quickatest.com. Good. So I've done that, and then all that is just left for me to do is I'll just click on publish, and now we have a privacy policy page. So if I go here, if I click on privacy policy, you can see our privacy policy. You can see that we have a privacy policy page. So it's just like the same thing that I would do for the terms and condition page. So here in this, I'll just put privacy policy. Privacy policy. Okay, and I can put Kwikatest. Okay, so you can see when I refresh the analysis, you see 7, it increased to good. So all for your SEO, you can just follow this, or you can leave it. As long as you put in the right focus keywords, you should not have any issue. So I've created the privacy policy page. So for the terms and condition, I'll just click on add new page, and then I'll write terms and conditions. Terms and conditions. Oh no. So terms and condition, and then I'll also paste my terms and conditions. And then here I'll change this totally. So I contact@quickatest.com. Then we can link this, copy it, I'll click on this, and you can see it has generated the link. So, and then for the phone number, just take the phone number here, I'll paste that here. Okay, and then my SEO, just write terms, conditions. Okay, so I think that is good for me, and then I'll just click on publish, and then when we visit our terms and conditions, it should also rather show. So you can see this is our terms and condition showing. And then if you notice, like when we created this new page, it added here privacy policy terms and condition, like it added automatically to this top menu links. So you might not want that, because that means every page that it is creating, it will be adding here. So we don't want that, right? So we'll come back to our WordPress and we click on appearance, we click on menus, and any new page that is added there, you can just delete it. So I'll just click on this, and I'll just click on remove, and same thing here, I'll click on remove, and then I'll just click on save changes, and then you can uncheck this so that it does not automatically add every new top level pages. So you just click on save menu, and then when I reload my website, now you can see, yes, it has removed that. It has removed the privacy policy and terms and condition. So you can see from this, you can see our blog page. You can see our blog page, right? You can see our privacy policy page. You can see our terms and condition page. and you can see our contact page, you can see our about page, you can see our home page. You see how I have created all of this, and then now we'll just do a little work on the SEO, right? So for the SEO, for the about, we just click on edit, and then we can just write about here, and then we can write quicker test, and then we can update. Or if you want to like further make changes, you can just click on refresh analysis. You can see it updated from 3 to 6. That is good, so you can do that. And then also here you can do that for your blog. I like to leave the blog as default. So the contact us too, you can do that for your contact. Quicker test, then refresh analysis. You see it has updated to 7. Good. So let's even also like just put it down for the blog, because for SEO, so just put blog, put quicker test, refresh analysis 7. Good. That's okay. And then for the home page too, in the home page we would have to write it instead as quicker test, and you can see for the home page 10 actually good. You see 10 good. You click on update, and then remember that when you are editing your home page, make sure that you are using edit with page layer so that you don't mess it up. Remember, you are supposed to use edit with page layer. So let me just close this, right? And then okay, I think we did for privacy policy. Yes, but let's check. Okay, we already did for privacy policy, and we did for terms and conditions. We don't need this sample page, so I'll just trash this. So what I just did was I just showed you the SEO, because like now if I click on edit, right, for the SEO, and you click on title, so what I would advise like now is also even good as we clicked on this. I mean, this is actually too long, so you can make it shorter instead, right? So you can just put post title here, and then you can put post excerpt. So you can see now that it has reduced, right? So if you don't even want that, you can just copy this, right? And instead of doing that, you can just paste here, or I can reduce it, let it be 160, because I mean it's showing recommended. And now you can see that this is how it's looking. Before, if you notice, it was looking like it was too much, which is not what we want. So we click on update, and then like when we check our pages, like let's also do that for the privacy policy. It's always good to check that. So you click on title, and you see the privacy policy also is too much, so I'll just copy a little out of it, click on post title, and then I'll add something like this, and see now it looks better. So let's check our home page. Let's see how it looks. Title, you see the home page is also too much, so I'll change that, and instead of home I'll write quicker test, right? And then I'll put this, or I can put site title instead. Okay, I already put quicker test, so that's my site title. So instead I'll just put quicker test here, and then because this is my main home page. Good. So this is how it will look on Google, right? And then I'll click on update, and then I'll go to the next page, the contact page. Let's see how it looks. title. Okay, the contact page is actually fine. That's actually fine. The contact page is actually fine, right? So let's check that again. So you can see the title, you can see this is what it would show. So I can just put this as, I can just leave it as default since that's fine. Let's see the blog. Click on title. So you can edit this and just write something like get updated with news about the education industry. Then we can leave the post title as blog. Then we can just click on update. I'll click on all pages again in the about. Let's see. Click on title. You see that this is too long, so we'll change that. And then instead we just put this. Okay, so this is fine, right? And then we'll click on update. And then also this applies to your blog post. So we click on edit for the blog post, right? And then we'll click on title. You can see this is too long, so we'll copy something out of here. I'm looking for what we can copy. Okay, so I'll just copy this, then I'll put that here. Okay, so I think this is okay for the blog post intro on Google search, and then I'll click on update. So for your blog post, that is actually what you are supposed to do for your blog post. So we'll click on update. Like I just showed you the SEO process. Okay, so I just showed you like how to like do your SEO. So the next thing we'll have to now work on is just the Google reCAPTCHA, right? So I'll come to page layer, and I'll click on settings, and then we'll click on Google CAPTCHA, and you have to get in your site key from Google CAPTCHA. Now, how do you get in your site key? All you just have to do is click on, open a new tab, search Google reCAPTCHA, right? And once you search that, you click on the first result, and then you just write, you click on the V3 admin console, click on that, and then to create a new site key, you have to click on this here. So I'll show you. Let me delete a site key. So let me delete for, I think I currently have for quickertest.com. Let me see if I can delete that. Okay, so let me delete this so that we can create a new site key. So by default, if you don't have a site key, it will just show you this page. This is the page to show you. But if you do, then all you just need to do is click on this plus icon, and then I'll just label it quickertest.com. and then my challenge will be, you can choose V3 or V2 depending. So I'll just leave that and write my domain here, quickertest.com. That's my domain. Clicked on enter, and then I like the V2 challenge really, and then I can just put I am not a robot checkbox, and then you can leave the project name like this and just click on submit. You can see it has generated a site key for me, so I'll copy the site key here, and then I'll paste it here. So I'll paste my site key here, and then I'll copy my secret key, and I'll also paste my secret key here, and then I'll click on save changes. and then you see like I have saved that. And I think if I come to my form, like my contact form, let me check my contact. So now you can see now that it is showing I am not a robot, which means that I cannot submit this without clicking on this. I would need to click on this to be able to submit this form. So we are sure that that is working. And then the next thing is for our contact form, click on contact form. Now for the email, this is the email, like whenever people submit this contact form, right? This is what we want people to click. I mean, this is the email that that form will be sent to. So I can say, okay, I want you to always be sent to contact@kwikatest.com. You can put any email here, and then in the from email, I'll also put the same thing, and I'll just put new contact form inquiry, so that I know that it is coming directly from my website. So I'll put that there, and for the success message, we can put thank you for reaching out. We would be in touch shortly. And you can leave the failed message as failed, or you can write sorry, please try and submit the form again. So it's just depending on your preference. So this email now is like any email that you add, like you can even add multiple emails. So if I want it also to be sent to like another email, you can add another email. And then once you are just done, just make sure that you click on save changes. You can see it has saved that, like my changes. So anybody that submits my contact form, it will be sent to the email address contact@kwikatest.com. Now also, like I even see like for the contact form, it's always easy. Like if you want to add more things, you can add more things here. All you just need to do is by the time you come to customize, right? And remember, customize is under appearance. You see customize. So by the time you come to customize, right? And on customize, you click on header footer template, right? So you click on the contact, and then here you just click on the pencil icon, and whatever you want to add, you just click on add new field, right? You input the label. So if I want to say, okay, phone number, or sorry, so that because I see that, okay, so instead of your comment, instead we'll just put message. I think that's better. So here we'll put label name, phone number, and then we open this. Okay, we'll put the label number, right? And we can say show label as placeholder, so it will be inside this box. And if we want to make it required, we'll just put it as required. And then if you want it, because we don't want message to be here, then phone number, so we'll just highlight our mouse over here, we'll put the phone number up, you can see, and then we'll just click on update, and we can close it. And when we go back to our contact page, we should see the phone number. So you can see the phone number to now is showing here. So the next thing we'll now do is we'll test this. Okay, so to be sure, scroll down, I'll put in my name, Anu at kwikaweb.com, phone number 08145833217. Okay, and then I'll put in my message, hello, this is a student contact test. Then I confirm my reCAPTCHA. So I select the bicycles, verify, and then I'll click on submit. And you can see it showed the success message. Thank you for reaching out. We'll be in touch shortly, right? And then now if I go back to my mailbox, which is, remember I said any email, send it to this, and I remember I put the title, see, new website contact form inquiry. So once I click on this, you can see um it's showing the name. Oh wow, okay, we can even see that there's a mistake because now it's showing the name as the text, so there's something wrong here. So right now we'll go back to the contact form page. That should be, where did we do that? Okay, so customize, go back to the contact page. So for the name, we'll have to check why is it not showing that. So input field name, input field email, phone number, then input field message. So I'm thinking is the input field that we had a problem in. So I'll try it again. So I'll click on update this time. You can see it has updated. So I'll go back to the contact page, and then what I'll just do is let me delete this, right? I'll delete that, come to the contact page, and then I'll do that again. So alright, so that's the thing, you must always test that there's no mistake. You must always test that there's no mistake. And then I'll confirm the checkbox, and then I'll click on submit. Thank you for reaching out, we'll be in touch shortly. I'll go back to my Webuzo email. Okay, so I've gotten the message, and you can see now it's showing everything. So that's because the input field was all the same, so that was why. But now you can see my name, Anu, my email, the phone number, and then the message that was attached to it. So we can confirm that yes, the contact form is indeed working. And then okay, so let me go back and show you one more thing. So we'll go back to our WordPress. So this is our WordPress, and then I want to show you how we can add a favicon. So that's like all these images you are seeing, like you can see this icon. So we'll go back here, right? Let's cancel from here and let's open the customize again. So click on appearance, customize. Let's close all of these multiple pages, and then we'll click on site identity, and you can see site icon. So I'll click on site icon, I'll click on upload, and you can see it's saying suggested image dimension 512 by 512 pixel. So that is what we are going to upload. Don't upload anything that is bigger or lesser than that. So here, this is my own 512 by 512. You can reach out to your designer, and if you know how to do it yourself, just make sure your frame size is 512 by 512, and then you click on select. And now you see it's showing us that this is how it will look. Can you see it has updated here? And then we can click on publish, and now by the time we reload our page, it would show now with this icon. So if I go back to quickertest.com, so now you see that quickertest.com now reloads with this icon. So that is how to also do your that's how to do your favicon. And then the next thing we would now do is I'll show you how to remove images by the time you are done. So we'll go to the library, and let's say like now we've selected the images we are working with, right? We don't want some images, so you just click on bulk select, right? And you click on this. I think we didn't work with this, we didn't work with this, we didn't work with this. Okay, we worked with this, didn't work with this, we didn't work with this, we didn't work with this, didn't work with this. Delete this to delete this. We didn't work with this, we didn't work with this, we will delete this. We'll delete this too. Delete this, delete this. Okay, we worked with that. Delete this, delete this. Okay, so I selected the images we didn't work with, and you just click on delete permanently to give you a warning, and click on OK, because like once you delete it, you cannot retrieve it. So you can see I've deleted all of that. I'm not too sure whether we worked with this, so I left that there. But now you can see our library. You can see this is all of the images we have on our library. So I've deleted all of the images. And then you check if you have any. Okay, there's no comment that was added, so that is okay. So back to our dashboard, right? If we go to our website, I want to open the website in a new different tab, because I don't want to open it under the admin tab. So if I open a new private window and I click on this, I open the website in a new tab, and that's it. Like, I promised you, I told you that if you sit with me, we are going to have a fully functional website, and you can see we actually created a fully functional website. So this also like applies for you. If you follow the steps for your own template, you can create a fully functional website. Just give yourself the time and make sure that you are using like a laptop or a PC. And you can see like this is our home page. You can see this is our home page. See our frequently asked questions, our testimonials, and you see when we click on the blog, this is the blog page. You can see if I click on read more, see more, see the author name. See, you can share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. You can see the quizzes, students, traditional learning. And then if you check the contact page, you see the contact page, you see the reCAPTCHA. And then we check the about page. You can see the about page too. Exactly what we put. You can see. And you see we have a fully functional website. Like we can send this to anybody and say, oh, if you want to visit QuickRTest, go to quickertest.com, and anybody that visits it will see it's functional. Let's check how it looks on mobile. So when we click on inspect, then we see this. Okay, so let me reload this, because if you see it's saying we should choose our image. So that's why you should always check. You see now that we checked on mobile, it's not showing the image on mobile, right? So let's check our blog. Let's see. Okay, these ones are showing. If we click on read more, let's see if it's showing that. Okay, the blog is working as intended. Contact page, okay, that's also working as intended. Let's check the about page. Okay, so that means it's only the home page that we have this issue. So let's go back to our WordPress installation and check, okay, what can be wrong. So go to QuickRTest, go to dashboard, go to our appearance, we go to customize, right? On header and footer, and that's this is the header, right? So it's the home header we are editing. and we will edit this. So options, and we'll change it here, change it to mobile. Let's see what is showing on mobile. Okay, so you can see, so what I did was I came here, right, and let's see how it looks. Okay, you can see on tablet 2 is not showing, so this is how it is on PC. It shows the image, but on tablet is not showing. So we'll click on the pencil icon, we'll click on choose our image, right, and then we'll scroll down, we'll select this image, we'll click on insert, and then we'll go also for mobile, we'll click on the mobile, scroll down. Okay, you can see it's also showing now for mobile, and then we'll click on update. And now let's go back to our mobile version and let's reload. And now you can see now the image is now showing. So it's always good to always check, like don't just build your website and leave it down. Check properly, be sure that there are no mistakes and that there are no issues. So you can see now, as I checked the mobile version, I was able to see like, oh, something was wrong, and we're able to rectify what was wrong. So I'll just update this again, and then I'll click on close, and then okay, let's see website settings. Okay, so you should not mess with anything here. So that is actually okay. And then I'll just go back to, since we've checked the version, the mobile version, I can cancel this, and I'll just reload this. So that's okay. And that's it really. You can see I've been able to install my website. Like I created a website with WordPress. With Kwikaweb, when you install your WordPress installation, you'll be able to like go through that onboarding process. And then one more thing, yes, I forgot one more thing. If in case you want to log into your website, by default, when you create a website on WordPress, it will be, your login URL will be wp admin. So in case next time you want to log in, and like when you are logged out, so this username or email, remember why we're setting up our WordPress installation, we put in a username, we put in an email address, and we created a password. So that is what you use. You can use your username, you can use your email address, and you can use your password. I mean, you use your password to log in. If you forget your information, make sure that make sure you do not even forget it. Make sure you do not forget it. And if, let's say, you've forgotten, all you just need to do is click on the lost your password and input. You must get the email address. So you input the email address that you used, or you input the username, and it will send a reset link to that email address. And in case you want to also log into your WordPress, let's say, let me log out since we are done. Let me log out since we are done. Yeah, so I'm logged out, come here, logged out, close this. Okay, so in case you want to also log in directly, in your Webuzo control panel, you just come to the application section, click on your WordPress manager, and once you click on this login, it will log you in automatically. So you see that I did not have to like go to the word like quickertest.com/wp-admin and ask me to log in. So it has logged me in automatically. And if you see that when you are done with your work has probably not reflected, maybe you go to your phone, you see that's not reflected on WordPress, what you can always do is, you see this PD cache, you can just click on delete all, and it will delete all. Or you can also click on delete cache and minified, it will delete all of that, so that when your browser reloads, like tries to attempts to visit your when you try and visit your website on your browser and it's showing like the previous page, like it's not showing the update, once you use this PD cache and you click on the delete all cache or any of this option, when you visit your website on that your browser again, you would not experience any issues at all. You will not experience any issues at all. So you see, that is it. We created quicker test. Quicker test is fully functional. If you are done editing with your website, make sure you log out. Let me just go to quicker test. Quicker test is fully functional, and if you follow the steps, you should be able to create a website with no issues. And if you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to Kwikaweb support. As long as you are our customer, we would be able to attend to you and be able to rectify any issue that you are facing. And that's it. That's how to create a fully functional website. Thank you for watching.